I'm gonna show you how I was able to afford this chicken and this house behind me all using one. All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Aaron here, back once again from the Remote Closing Academy, and we're here against all odds. What do you mean by that, Aaron? What the heck are you talking about? Well, this is my third time recording this video. First time, audio got messed up because of the wind. This wind, bro. Second time, the neighbor decided to mow their lawn while I was making the video. So again, we're here for the third time, and the reason I wanted to get this story out to you guys is because I think it is extremely important, maybe not important isn't the right word, but I think it would be extremely valuable for anyone that is looking to jump into the remote closing world to hear someone else's story that, started their own business and, came from this background and now is, in a position where I'm at today and, being able to move into a house just like this, all without, owning my own business. Now, before we jump too deep into this video, I want to make a very clear disclaimer here. I am not by any means getting paid to create this video. I get paid to create the content in general on this YouTube channel, but it's not like, if you decide to buy, the Remote Closing Academy and jump into our program, I'm not getting paid for that at all. So I wanted to put that out here. This is strictly for, educational purposes. I want to tell you guys my story because I think it could definitely help a ton of people out there. So just want to get that disclaimer out of the way. So let's go in and really break down the story. So the story starts back in about 2013, 2014, when I started creating YouTube videos. Actually, when I think about it, it was maybe a lot sooner than that. I was like 11 or 12 and I'm 27 now. So whatever that math is, that's when I started creating videos on YouTube. Now, when I started on YouTube, there was never any intention that I didn't even know you could make money by creating videos on YouTube. But because I loved making videos, and I still to this day love making videos, why you're seeing me on here, is I just continue to do it. And after creating content pretty much, at least 2 to 3 times a week, if not every single day for 6 years straight, I got pretty good at making videos on YouTube. And one of my YouTube channels, this was about 2015, 2016, actually about maybe 2014, 2015, one of my channels, for lack of a better word, exploded. I went from 0 to 170,000 subscribers in the matter of maybe a little bit more than a year. And with that audience, of course, came a lot of companies and brands, wanting to sponsor the channel, right? To shout out specific things, to talk about specific products. And at the time, I was like 18 or 19. So, at the time when I was making $5,000 to $6,000 a month, it was pretty good. I was still living at home, didn't have expenses, didn't have obligations, and it was a pretty awesome lifestyle. Now, all that being said, I was very naive at the time, and I thought that success would just ride on, forever, but the channel ended up basically dying. I stopped gaining subscribers, wasn't getting brand deals anymore. So I was like, okay, I need to learn and try to figure out a different way to make money. I had gotten the taste of making money online, so I was like, let's continue to make money online. So I found this, this business model called digital marketing. So it also was called SMMA, Social Media Marketing Agency. And essentially what you would do was, reach out to companies and you would say, hey, I can run your advertising for you. So, their Facebook ads, their Instagram ads, and they would pay you to do that. And in turn, you would then basically supply them with potential customers. Leads is what it's called within the industry. And these companies would pay, anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500 a month for us to do that for them. So, over the matter of, 3 or 4 years, I was able to grow from, really zero to doing about $100,000 a month, which was about a year and a half ago, at the time of recording this video. Now, when I say that, you might be saying, holy crap, Aaron, like $100,000 a month, that's a lot of money. I'm not saying that it's not a lot of money, but here's the thing that no one told me when I first started a business. It's kind of obvious, right? That when you build a business, it's not all profit that goes into your pocket, right? $100,000 was not going into my pocket because there was this thing within businesses called expenses, right? These are things like paying the team that you help run, to get to that point. Putting money into advertising to grow the business. A lot of miscellaneous, softwares and programs that you need, right? Obviously taxes that go into it that you have to pay, unless, you want to go to jail for tax fraud, which I didn't want to do. And then I also had a couple business partners. So at the end of the day, the business was making $100,000, but I was maybe taking home like $3,000 to $4,000 a month, which if you're listening to this and you're saying $3,000 to $4,000, I would kill to make that amount of money. But also keep in mind, when we did grow to that point, I have 3 kids, I have a wife, a family. So it wasn't really that much money, right? And nowhere near the amount that I thought that I would be able to make if I was doing $100,000 a month within the business. Not only that, but there's so much work that goes into it, right? There's so much work from myself that has to go into building and running the $100,000 business. And there's so many different hats that I had to to wear, right? How to do, make the videos, how to deal with the clients, how to run some of the client ads, how to do all these different things where, I was maybe working, I don't know, 17 hours a day sometimes, just to be able to continue to build a business and where it was. So really it came down to and got to a point where I was like, my kids were growing up, wasn't really able to spend the time with them that I wanted to, have a family, wasn't able to spend, go on vacations or any of that stuff, even though we had this, this large business. So, I talked to one of my mentors one day and I kind of reached this breaking point and I was like, okay, dude, you got to help me. I'm in this position. This is, what I'm currently working with. I'm not passionate about it anymore, right? Not only am I not passionate about it, but I don't think I'm getting paid what I want. And I just want to be able to focus on the things that I like to do. And he was like, this, as basic as it may be, pretty much this advice changed my life. And he said, well, Aaron, what would you be doing every single day if you had a choice, right? What would you get fulfillment out of by doing every single day? And no one really had asked me that before because I was just doing the things that I thought that I needed to do in order to build a business. But, I thought about it for a day and I was like, hey, this is what I would do every single day. I would create videos, I would make content, and I would, focus on sales, right? Because the way that I look at sales is not necessarily like I'm going to push things onto somebody so that, I can make more money. No, that's not it at all. When I got really good, decently good at sales with my agency, the reason that I loved selling people into our program is because I knew if they came into our program, I was going to help change their life and help them make more money to then change their life, right? Provide more for their family, make more money for their family, right? Be able to do all the things and reach the goals that they were looking to because I sold them into my program. So just a little side topic. If you're someone that is on this channel and you're skeptical and you're like, I don't want to get into sales, that sounds really scammy. You can't look at it like that. As long as you're selling a good product, as long as, the company that you're selling for has integrity, right? You shouldn't worry about that, right? The thing you should be worrying about is, okay, how can I bring more people into this ecosystem so I can change more lives and help more people? That's the way that I looked at it. Told my mentor that. I was like, I'd be creating content, making videos, and selling. He's like, well, then go do that. And I was like, well, duh. Of course, if I could just be doing that, I would be doing that, right? I wouldn't be trying to build this business. But, he took it a step further and helped me with some frameworks of okay, go to some businesses. Here's how to package it up. Here's how you can, can help them through that. Tell these businesses you're going to focus on, doing this for them. And so he basically just helped me put it together, put a nice bow on it and approach these companies. And when I tell you these businesses that I talked to, right, a lot of, being in the agency space for a couple of years, I made some pretty decent connections, reached out to all of them and was like, hey, here's what I'm working on. Could I potentially help you create content and you pay me for that? And they're like, yep, done deal. Whatever you want us to pay you, we'll do it. So it was kind of a really nice transition into it. I will say I was lucky because of the connections that I built, but of course that was because I spent 5 to 6 years in the industry of the marketing space. So after doing that for a couple months, I actually got added to a group message that pretty much changed my life for the better. And, we were doing okay at the time, but, I got connected with Cole, one of my buddies, Brian, got connected with Cole Gordon. And he basically said, Brian said, hey, Cole's looking for help with content. He may need some help with, getting the product out there a little bit more. Being able to really raise awareness for the Remote Closing Academy. And I was like, cool, let's do it. It was kind of an offer that I couldn't refuse. And also, Cole is the go-to guy within the space when it comes to sales and when it comes to, building businesses on the sales side of things, right? It's just, he's one of the go-to guys. So I thought, no brainer to be able to not only to get paid to do the things that I love to do, but also be in close proximity to a guy that could teach me a ton of different skills. And fast forward a little bit, that is pretty much what has led to today. Really focusing on two things. Number one, creating content for this YouTube channel, for TikTok, for Instagram. So you've probably seen, well, if you're not on those platforms, then you got to go check us out. Links will be down in the description below. And also, talking to people and helping them understand this is why remote closing is the best and, the most up-to-date business model to make money online in 2022 and beyond, depending on when you're listening to this video. Speaking on the money aspect of it, I won't go into crazy specifics, but, I every single month am able to make, with commissions as well as, creating content, kind of those things together, am able to make anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a month every single month, from doing that. And that's what allowed me to, to move into this house, have this, 4 acres of land. We have 14 chickens. Maybe I'll make a vlog of them, in a couple of weeks if you guys want to see that, but, and create a better life for my family. I have 3 kids. This is like endless amounts of space for them to run around, and infinitely happier than I've ever been in my life. Not only from a standpoint of being able to create videos like this, get people into and help them also create this type of lifestyle, help people, get out of their 9-to-5 jobs. If they're a little bit younger and they don't think that college is for them, right? Being able to bring them into this program and say, hey, you don't need to do that anymore. As long as you have grit and tenacity and you're ready to friggin' work hard to get to the other side and be able to live a lifestyle like this, like, let's do it. You know what I mean? So that's really what's led me here today. And again, I can't thank Cole enough, and the community and the ability to learn the skill sets that I have. I can't thank them enough for being able to do that. And that's my story up and out. So again, all that being said, if you're someone that does want to learn more about remote closing in general, how you can take advantage of this skill to create an income online, and you also are kind of like, okay, I don't want to, make the mistake that Aaron did and, create this business and, have to do all these different things. And I don't want to do that. I would just want to learn one skill, get paid for it, not have to worry about expenses, not have to worry about any of this stuff. Subscribe to this channel. That's what I'll say. We're putting out a ton of content here. I freed up some time actually to be able to create more videos here. So we're going to put 2 to 3 videos out every single week to give you guys updates and just really talk about remote closing and how it could benefit you, within your journey. Now, I do want to backtrack 1 second and say, this isn't me by any means saying you shouldn't start a business, right? If you really want something of your own and you really want to start your own business and that's what you have in the back of your head, you're like, I want to have my own thing, by all means, go for it, right? I'm not saying that there's, one is better than the other. I am saying that, a lot of reasons why people want to start a business is to make money, right? Is to make more money. But a lot of people don't know that you can still make money, and honestly, sometimes even more money, if you do remote closing instead, right? But again, if from the standpoint of you just want to have your own thing, great, do it. But if it's more of like, okay, I want to make more money than I am in my job, you don't necessarily have to start a business in order to do that. And I'm living proof of that. So if you're not new to this channel, you know that I can continue to ramble on and on. So I will go ahead and end with this. If you, obviously stay subscribed to this channel, subscribe if you're not already, but if you do want to take it that next step, and I'm not here to sell you anything. Again, I don't get paid for anything that comes from this YouTube channel, but if you do want to check out the video that Cole's put together about his journey, Cole Gordon, the founder of Remote Closing Academy, about his journey, how he went from, being a broke bartender, making like $1,500 a month, barely being able to pay rent, and making his first $30,000 within 60 days of starting remote closing and kind of finding, what remote closing was in the first place, then click the first link down in the description. Full transparency, if you're like, okay, I like remote closing, I want to learn how I can work with Aaron and the team and, with Cole on more of a, one-on-one level, and also, be mentored and essentially held your hand through the process to make sure that you do see success. At the end of that video, there will be an option to do so and talk to someone from the team. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's my story. If you have any questions about the entire journey and you want me to go more in depth or detail of anything else, make sure to comment that down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and check out one of the videos on screen for more about remote closing. So that's pretty much it, guys. Aaron here from the RCA team. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you guys in the next one. Talk soon, and peace.